So the advantages of the internet is that I'm going to be able to proudly and shamefully encourage my mother to watch this online. So, hi, Mom. So I want to start off and apologize. This should be the 50-plus Charlottesville market, because that's really the purpose of this group. And I have folks that ask me, the Aging in Place Roundtable, I hear about that group all the time. What is it? And I'm trying to define it. And the best way I can say about this group, and Doris is laughing, is one, they're a bunch of comedians. Everybody can one-up the next joke. So that tells me this is an intelligent crew. And this is a very intelligent crew. You are all professionals and very knowledgeable, and you can educate this community. This is a scholarship focused on the 50-plus market. What you do, what you provide for this community, at some point is a better night's sleep. A better night's sleep for your client, or a better night's sleep for your client's decision maker, which could be their adult children. But a better night's sleep through whatever good product or service that you offer. What I do is provide a way for you to tell that story, to tell people what it is you do. And if they know what you do already, then what I also provide is a compelling argument to say, in your decision-making process, you have to consider us. And so I have just 3 simple rules that I want to share with you in terms of how do you become very successful in that. You got to work and define in your marketing plans and in your strategy. It always starts with strategy, right? When you define a clear and reasonable goal, when we work with our clients, if you fall short, or if they're falling short of that, we can always, 100% of the time, trace it back to these 3 simple things. So here we go. I'm going to try to do it in 7 minutes, as fast as possible. But I start with this guy. Probably doesn't know much about advertising, but knows a heck of a lot about the bow and arrow. He's our modern-day Robin Hood. Has anybody seen him? He's on the Outdoor Network, American shooter, Byron Ferguson. I was at a trade show once. I used to do destination marketing and tourism, and I actually was presenting at a booth across from him. Byron Ferguson, he did his big show the second day of the trade show. His grand finale, his wife is from me to the doorway. He has the longbow. It's not the fancy schmancy kind. It's the old Robin Hood kind. His wife has the aspirin in her hand, throws the aspirin up, and in one pull, he hits it. And you see this puff of white smoke. It's amazing. It's a great finale. And he could do a lot more with that. He could shoot 3 balloons with 3 arrows. But that is his grand finale. And what's that? How old is he? How old? I have no clue how old he is. He's probably in his 60s, mid-60s right now. Been doing it for years. Has educational videos, which I bought, and I have an arrow signed by him. But Byron Ferguson said the thing with aspirin is that it's hard to hit. It's just extremely easy to miss. Right? Isn't that communication? Isn't that advertising? We can all do it, but it's extremely easy to miss. So here's some 3 simple guiding rules. If we really want to gain more business from the 50-plus market, first thing, you have to define that core. You have to define the core group of audience. The difficulty with this is, the longer you've been in business, the harder it is to be reminded of who that core is, because they're your bread and butter. They're who you see day in and day out. They're the ones that you start to put your blinders onto, and who you notice are A's and Z's. Or we're getting younger, 40-somethings coming in. We have single mothers that are coming in and wanting to ask about this. So maybe we should start marketing to them. It's not that you ignore them, because they will transactionally be there. But if you focus your marketing dollars on the core and not the A's and Z's, you will spend 2 to almost 3 times less to achieve a higher value of that core group. So identifying the core group of audience it's kind of one of those 101 rules, but it gets harder. Every year we do this. The second thing to gain more business out of this 50-plus market is you have to have a way to convey your distinction. What sets you apart? What makes you different from somebody else? What makes you have to be considered? We used to say the message, you want to consider a singular message. Now it's like you have to have a singular message these days. Why is that? Because we're bombarded with 3,000 to 4,000 messages every day. And now with the advent of social media, that's even multiplied itself. So I want to show you two examples, same industry, of a singular message and a non-singular message. The first one's going to be this the non-singular message. Oh, there we go. Rambo crawl time.
Going on a mountain adventure or just camping out in your backyard? Appalachian Outfitters has what you need to make the most of your experience. Backpacks, backcountry stoves, hiking boots, shoes, and sandals. An extensive collection of climbing hardware, climbing shoes, chalk bags, and harnesses. Lifestyle clothing from the North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, Marmot, and Mountain Hardware. A wide selection of tents, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, canoes, and kayaks. And one of Ohio's largest climbing gyms. Appalachian Outfitters, your adventure starts here.
He catches his breath at the end. I'm not here to say what's a good ad and what's a bad ad, because I quite frankly don't care. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it looks good. I don't care if it looks bad. I care if it works, if it achieves what he's after. When you laundry list and you put that against 3,000 other messages in a given day, we walk away with, what? What did they do? What did they sell? Huh? How many? I have no clue. Same industry. It's an outfitter. Here's a singular sale. Singular item focus. Go ahead.
My favorite gloves, the Black Diamond Power Stretch. Versatile, warm, with a leather palm for good grip. Normally $20, now through December 10th, a great deal at $9.95. Happy holidays from the base camp, 1730 Grand, Billings.
What about their tents? What about their backpacks? Right? He touches on an entry point. It's that singular item. Those $9.95 gloves cost $300. Why? Because I come in for the deal. You know how it works. And then I buy, during the holidays, I buy gloves or I buy other apparel and gifts for my friends and family. So what's the success of this? Anyway, success of this. First year he ran this, sold 600 pairs of those gloves. Second year, second holiday comes around, what does he do? Doesn't change the ad. Why? In TV world, time passes much more slowly than it does in real life. Our friends, our family, those that are close to us say, when are you going to change that up? It's getting old. It's not. This gentleman goes against popularity and says, I'm going to run the same thing. Maybe he was out of lethargy, but he lucked out in that lethargy, because what happened was the second year he ran this, he became the third largest retailer of Black Diamond gloves in the United States behind LL Bean. That's who he's competing with. It's a crappy looking commercial, isn't it? It looks terrible. This man in Billings, Montana is behind LL Bean. That's who he's competing with, because he hits a singular pain point and is able to touch on what gets me there. So that singular focus, very, very important in reaching our core audience. Third thing, I love this analogy. I discovered this on the purchasing side of things. I used to be in destination marketing. I used to be accountable to the Pennsylvania and federal governments to the tune of $11 million, and I had to say, here's how I'm best allocating the money that you lent us. It was a tough scenario. What I wanted to do and convey to my board was, we want to be seen everywhere. We want to be here. We want to be here, 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 here. We got $11 million. Let's just spend it everywhere. Put it all over the place. The problem was we didn't have any presence in any of those glasses, because you have to think of your marketing budget as a pitcher of water. It's not a hose. It will run out. So if we try a little bit in everything, we afford ourselves no presence in any of them. So after the first go of it, it was, hey, we're only going to be in this medium if we can be at a half a page or larger. Or we're only going to do this TV station in DC if we're just in these programs. And so we take the 2 glasses or 3 glasses that we define that are going to be the most effective for us, and we fill them up. Yes, I'm a TV salesman. Yes, I'm biased to TV. I have an amazing example as to why TV is one of the most powerful mediums ever invented. But this works for anything. So choose your 2, 3 glasses at most and fill them up. If you find your picture gets bigger over the years, then maybe you can move on to the next one and fill it up. But the little bit everywhere, it just works against you every time. So the 3 rules: find your core audience. What's the second one?
Clear message.
Clear message, singular focus, distinction. Third one, super high frequency in fewer places. Peter Drucker, economist, writes for the Harvard Business Journal for years. He's the father of modern economics. Concentration is the key to all economic success. All right, so we're going to go to some local ads. John Vermillion, Charlottesville Sanitary Supply. John has a third of his business is retail. We work with John. We created a 15-second ad. Here's what it looks like.
If you have a dog or cat, you know what comes with it. The accident on the carpet. If the stuff at the supermarket didn't work, then CSS has AirX66. AirX66, $7 and your problem solved. Pick up yours today at CSS.
It's clunky, it's awkward. John will admit he doesn't like being on camera. But John touches on a pain point. John fills up his glasses. He's really good at that. John knows his audience and what that pain point is. It's, hey, I have a dog or pet odor. I got to get it out. I can't get the stuff at the grocery store. It doesn't work. What are you going to do? Well, just tell him that. 15 seconds. Just Eric 66. John, after we ran this 1 year. John, how you doing? Great. How's the retail side of the business? We're up 5 figures from last year. All right. Congratulations. How about the Eric 66? TV. You can't track TV. You can't track TV. You can track TV. Here's how you track TV. How are you doing on Eric 66? I'm up 64 units. Perfect example. Again, it's a clunky looking ad, and yes, we produced it. We can produce things that look like this. This is Craig Beecroft of Beecroft & Bull.
What is Beecroft & Bull? Virginians to the core and the local men's store. We enjoy sharing our vision of how a man should dress, from jeans to a tuxedo. Can we be expensive? You better believe it, but not always. We get a big kick out of selling a young man his first business suit. You know why? Because we know he's coming back. Esquire magazine named Beecroft & Bull one of the best men's stores in the country because we are. Dress better than you have to. Beecroft & Bull.
Different industry, different audience, right? Different core. He tells them in this commercial, I'm expensive. But he's doing the same kind of success that John is. Why? Because he fills up his glass. You get what I'm saying? These three things. They apply it, and they do it really, really well. So the thing with aspirin, it's not that it's hard to hit. It's just that it's extremely easy to miss. This is an example of a hit. I don't know if you've seen it. This is the new University of Health Systems new ad. They just aired it. If you haven't seen it, this is a great example. Yeah, right?
That's not nice.
It's a powerful message, isn't it? They don't say a word. Now imagine a 50-plus market when they see this. Sound doesn't even need to be on. You can still get the story, right? TV is a multi-layered medium, so you can move people with it. I would love to put together a story like this for you and reach thousands of people who need to sleep better at night. It's what I do every day, and I take it very seriously. I don't bring packages. I can. I'd be happy to do that, but I want to get down to the heart of the matter and who you're trying to reach and what you're trying to do. So I take your success in reaching the 50-plus market very, very seriously. I know you work with either myself or maybe some of my other colleagues. If you don't, I do have 10. I didn't bring enough copies for everybody. I do have 10 for each of our CBS, ABC, and Fox stations, the best of the best in programming for a 50-plus market. What are they watching, and how much time are they spending with this? It's about over 5 hours a day watching television. But I do have some of those examples. If you did not get one and you would like one, I do have a card. Pick it up, contact me, and I'll be happy to provide you with that. But if this is something you want to start to look at in the beginning of the year for next year, I do have some incentives to help you get started. But it just starts with a simple conversation. So thank you for allowing me to speak today.